The next musical artist that we're going to take a look at is Bob Dylan. So I'm sure you've heard of Bob Dylan at some point. He's oftentimes considered one of the most influential singer-songwriters. So there was this time, even starting with the Carters, they weren't really writing their own songs, right? They were playing old folk songs that were already established. They might tweak them a little bit or, change some of the words, but they were songs that were already kind of known and passed down through the years. And starting with Woody Guthrie was starting to write songs that were, in the folk style, but telling stories about kind of what was happening in his life. And Woody, kind of passed that torch eventually kind of to Bob Dylan. Inadvertently. So Bob Dylan actually kind of discovered Woody Guthrie's music. He was trying to find his way kind of musically, and he was staying with a friend of his who was like a radio DJ and had a really big archive of music. And Bob Dylan came across this, these recordings of Woody Guthrie. And he actually kind of borrowed a few of them and took them home with him. He was living in Greenwich Village down in New York. And over the next year, really kind of transformed his style of music. He was, starting to kind of play in that style of Woody Guthrie, playing the harmonica and singing. And when his first album came out in 1962, the self-titled Bob Dylan record, one of the songs that the one that we're actually going to be listening to is a song called Song to Woody. And so this is actually kind of an homage to Woody Guthrie, kind of paying tribute to the life that he led and the music that he created. If you listen carefully, it also references some of the other influential people, including Leadbelly. So if you listen closely, you'll hear him saying thank you to Sonny and Leadbelly too, as a part of that. And so in this very first record that he came out with, this is one of the songs that he wrote. Some of them were covers or songs that were more traditional songs, in that kind of that folk style. And then as his career has gone now 60 years, he's mostly written all of his own songs, and very much kind of like that Jack Kerouac style of free flowing stream of consciousness sort of poetry that he would kind of create. So this song that we're going to listen to is again called Song to Woody. And as we listen, we're going to start to talk about kind of fashion and celebrity. So we're going to be looking at some of these photographers like Cecil Beaton that shot most of the kind of early celebrity photographs, and then some more of the kind of the fashion photographers that are going to start coming around in the 50s, 60s, people like Richard Avedon, Irving Penn. So as you're looking at those, again, start to collect those images, add them to your inspiration gallery.